Isabella always believed her life was a fairy tale. Married to Ricardo, a successful businessman, she lived in a beautiful mansion, attended the best social events, and had everything money could buy. She had given up her career as a journalist to focus on her family, a decision she never questioned, until that fateful day. Ricardo was a charismatic and engaging man, always with a joke at the ready and an innate ability to make everyone around him feel important. However, behind this facade lay a selfish and manipulative man, someone who did not hesitate to use those around him for his own ends. Isabella's life changed drastically when Ricardo announced, coldly and calculatedly, that he wanted a divorce. Without any warning, he revealed that he had fallen in love with a young assistant and wanted to start a new life with her. To make matters worse, he had already transferred all the assets into his name, leaving Isabella with nothing. Stunned and unsure of what to do, Isabella was forced to leave the home she considered hers. Without money, without a job, and without the support of friends who disappeared along with her status, she found herself completely alone. The pain of betrayal and the shock of being left with nothing left her adrift. With no options, Isabella rented a small apartment on the outskirts of the city. Desperate for money, she started looking for work. However, with an outdated resume and no recent experience, doors closed one after another. The only viable option she found was to work as an Uber driver. Initially, Isabella felt ashamed and humiliated. She, who was used to luxury and comfort, now had to work long hours driving through the busy streets of the city. However, she soon realized that this experience was giving her something she hadn't felt in a long time, a sense of purpose and independence. Each passenger Isabella drove had a unique story, and she began to realize that despite her difficulties, she was not alone in her struggles. There were single mothers, tireless workers, and young people full of dreams who relied on her to get to their destinations. These daily interactions began to transform Isabella, strengthening her determination and will to move forward. During one of these rides, Isabella met Laura, a young law student heading to a job interview. Laura, noticing Isabella's state of mind, started talking to her, sharing her own difficulties and dreams. This casual encounter turned into an unexpected friendship, with Laura encouraging Isabella not to give up and to rediscover her love for journalism. With Laura's support, Isabella decided to go back to school and update her skills. She enrolled in an investigative journalism course and started writing articles as a freelancer. Gradually, her confidence returned, and her dormant skills began to flourish again. One quiet night, while reviewing an article in her small apartment, Isabella received an unexpected call. It was Laura, excited and full of enthusiasm. Laura had secured an internship at one of the city's largest law firms and wanted to share the news with Isabella. Their friendship strengthened even more, with both supporting each other in their journeys. Months passed, and Isabella, now more confident and determined, received an offer to collaborate on a major investigative report on corporate corruption. This was the opportunity she needed to get back to the top of her career. Determined to bring justice and expose the truth, she dived headfirst into the investigation. During her research, Isabella discovered a network of corruption involving big businessmen and influential politicians. Among the names mentioned, to her surprise, was Ricardo, her ex-husband. He was involved in illegal schemes that had contributed to his fortune and the betrayal that had left her with nothing. Isabella found herself facing a moral dilemma. She knew that exposing Ricardo would mean reliving the pain of betrayal and facing possible retaliation. However, she also knew that this was the chance to finally bring justice and reveal the truth to the public. With the support of Laura and her new colleagues, Isabella decided to move forward with the report. The report was published with great repercussion. The revelations shocked the city and led to a series of investigations that resulted in the arrest of several important figures, including Ricardo. Isabella, who once saw herself as a victim, was now a respected journalist admired for her courage and integrity. Sometime after the publication of the report, Isabella was working on a new project when she received an unexpected message from Ricardo. He, now in prison and facing the consequences of his actions, wanted to meet her for one last conversation. Reluctant but curious, Isabella decided to accept the meeting. In prison, Ricardo seemed a shadow of the man she had known. He was haggard and regretful, and he apologized for everything he had done. To Isabella's surprise, he admitted that she had always been the best thing that had happened to him, and that the betrayal was the biggest mistake of his life. The meeting with Ricardo brought a whirlwind of emotions to Isabella. Despite the pain he had caused, she realized that holding on to grudges would only prevent her from moving forward. With an open heart, she decided to forgive him, not for his sake, but for her own well-being and peace of mind. This decision was a milestone in Isabella's journey. Forgiveness allowed her to free herself from the past and look to the future with hope. Her life, which once seemed to have collapsed, was now full of new possibilities and opportunities. Isabella continued her career as a journalist, now stronger and more confident than ever. She and Laura, who had become a brilliant lawyer, maintained a solid and inspiring friendship. Together, they faced new challenges and celebrated each victory. The work as an Uber driver, which initially seemed like a demotion, turned into a crucial phase of her life, where she learned valuable lessons about resilience, empathy, and self-confidence. Every ride, every passenger, every conversation was a brick in the construction of the new Isabella. Isabella's life continued to flourish. She published a book telling her story, which became a bestseller, inspiring many others to overcome their adversities. Her work as a journalist received several awards, recognizing her courage and dedication to the truth. At one of the award ceremonies, Isabella met an old friend from college, Eduardo, who had always admired her passion for journalism. They started dating, and a new love story began to unfold. Eduardo, a talented photographer, perfectly complemented Isabella's life, bringing new colors and perspectives. Isabella and Eduardo decided to combine their passions and started working together on projects that combined photography and investigative journalism. The partnership not only strengthened their bond, but also resulted in powerful works that had a significant impact on society. Laura, now a renowned lawyer, continued to stand by Isabella, fighting for justice and defending the rights of the underprivileged. Together, they created an NGO to help women in vulnerable situations, offering legal, psychological, and financial support. Isabella's journey was marked by challenges, betrayals, forgiveness, and victories. From a life of luxury and apparent perfection, she moved to a phase of total despair and overcoming. And it was in this path that she found her true strength and purpose. Looking back, Isabella saw how each difficulty was an opportunity to grow and become a better version of herself. The woman who once depended on a rich man for her happiness was now a respected professional, a loyal friend, and a loving partner. Isabella learned that life is unpredictable, and that sometimes the greatest gifts come from the most difficult situations. She became an example of resilience and courage, showing that it is possible to rise from the ashes and create a life full of meaning and achievements. Her advice to those facing adversities is simple: never give up on themselves. Every obstacle is a chance to learn and grow, and above all, never lose faith in the future. After all, as Isabella discovered, life's twists and turns can lead us to wonderful and unexpected places. If this story touched your heart, leave a like and share. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for more inspiring stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.